Hello, I wanted to give you my 7 week update. It's going to be here in the car because I had a lot going on last week, so I didn't have time to really sit down and record, but it was a fail. So, Sunday was a celebration for my son's 21st birthday, and we also had a brunch event with some friends, and I did great. I followed my plan. I took my breakfast to brunch. I drank coffee and had a great time with my friends, socializing. And then that evening, we went to dinner for my son. Again, it was his 21st birthday celebration, and I ate before I went. I didn't eat cake. I did really good, knocked it out the park. But I don't know if you could hear it on my last video. I was starting to lose my voice and getting like an itchy throat. So come Monday morning, I go do my workout and I start to feel bad. I start to feel real achy that evening. I go to the gym Tuesday and just go straight back home. I was probably there maybe 30 minutes and I was like, I can't do it. I started to feel real sick, pounding sinus headache, coughing, sore throat, hurting my chest really bad. So after that, I didn't do my cardio. I didn't track food. My mother-in-law on Wednesday found out I was sick and brought me some caldo de res, and so I ate that, and I just fell off. I didn't go bad off plan. I still ate on plan Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then went back on plan Friday because I was feeling better. Another thing that happened, as I said, I started to feel real achy on Wednesday. My period started. So not only was I sick, I also was on my cycle all the way up until Saturday. And but by Friday, I was good. I still didn't go to the gyms. And on Saturday morning, I did go to the gym. And then I went on a little day trip to go get my lips done in Kingsville. I've been researching this lady forever, and I usually go here in Houston. We have all kinds of, people that do fillers and lip stuff and Botox and all that. We have plenty here in Houston, but this was a friend of mine had went to her, that she knows her, and I've been stalking her page for like a year and been looking at results and making sure that I wanted to switch, and I really liked the way they came out. So I did that on Saturday, and then I did my check-ins. Of course, my weight was up to 119, but I did go work out on Saturday morning, and of course, since I hadn't been, I was really like didn't have any water in my muscles or any of that stuff. So going back to the gym, that's probably kind of did that. And then of course the off plan for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days I was off plan. So I did fail. Didn't count on being sick during prep. I did not prep any food because I was sick. I usually do it on Sundays and Wednesdays, and on Wednesday I didn't do it, so that's why I didn't have any food. And when my husband came home with the caldo, I was like, I'm eating it, and I had enough for the 2 days. But as far as check-ins, I did get back. He said that he's had 3 other girls that did say that something was going around and they were feeling the same symptoms as I did, so it may be something that was going around at the time. And one thing I pointed out to him is that not only was I stressing over the scale, I was also stressing over the food, because he gives me the macros that I say to you guys, but then when I track them, they're off by like 200 calories. And so what I've been doing lately is just eliminating food to stay with the macros that he states on the feedback, and that he says that's a no-no. Finish the food. It's a meal plan. It's not a macro plan. My thing is, I like to track everything, but that is more for my lifestyle, plans. And he says I have to get out of that mindset. my mindset is like, okay, you're putting the macros here, I'm going to use them. And then I started to put in the food, and it was like more food, more calories, more protein, everything was more. And I never really said anything to him. I just would like eliminate an egg or something like that, and try to just like not eat drink the protein shake at night and stuff like that, that I was trying to stay in his macros. And he said, don't do that. Eat the meal plan. I'm following a meal plan, that the macros are there for him, which I don't understand that. Why would you put them on there if they're for you? But maybe that's the way he leaves himself his note. I don't know. I didn't question him. And I never questioned him before about him. I just would eliminate the food. Because I didn't want to come across as just nagging and complaining about everything. But since I was sick and I didn't, track, I just decided, I'm going to tell him I'm a little confused at the tracking. So he says, we got to think of this as a prep. It's not for lifelong, for lifestyle. This is a prep, and my mindset has to be on just listening to what he's asking of me to do. Follow the meal plan, really simple, stress-free. Now, it is a lot more stress-free because I'm just eating it because he's telling me to. And I should have done that at the beginning, but this is all new to me. And if you know have been watching any of the other, the 70-pound weight, fat loss effect videos, you will see that I just did a lot of tracking just to learn my body and learn what it needs, and see how many fats I can get away with, and what my routine was going to be, and how many carbs I could get away with. I was always just tracking and trying to improve, just so that one day I don't have to do this anymore once I get where I want to be as far as my body and my health. So he was telling me, no, I need to, if I have to, don't scale every day, just Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that's just to get my average on the scale. Stop looking at it as fat gain. And of course, stop tracking. I need to follow his meal plan. So from here on out, from first week 8, I decided to do that, and we're going to see how that goes. As far as weights, I didn't really do much, so I just did 1.5 days all week. And by Saturday, I was feeling horrible about it. Like, I felt so flabby, like, the muscles weren't full of the water or any of that stuff. Still was taking my supplements, and the creatine and stuff, but I was feeling weaker and all of that too. So a lot of it was just in my head. Saturday I just didn't push myself, and then I started back on Monday. So I will get back with y'all. This is a short video. There was really not much going on. It was just in bed and getting over my sickness, and I still have the cough. That's going to linger for a while. Everybody's telling me that kind of lingers. I'm sorry, for a little while. But other than that, it doesn't hurt, and I am back at the gym, back at the scale, and back on just my meal plan. So I hope y'all have a good week. I had to get back on here. I forgot one thing to tell y'all, that Friday I did have my AC Bikini consultation. For those of y'all that don't know, this prep is for the Bikini, AC Bikini fashion show that's in August in California. It's Disney theme, and I have 25 more weeks to go for that. So I had my consultation with Deb, and I showed her what the design that I came up with through Chat GPT, and we did alter some things, and I decided to go with Jasmine. So it's Princess Jasmine theme, and she thinks the color, we went with an aqua jade color, and gold stones, you know, like a marble effect of gold with, of course, aqua, jade, and turquoise. So I'm excited about that. It really went well. She loved the design that I picked, and she feels like the colors are going to look good with my skin tone. So that is where we at, and my suit should be done in 8 weeks. I was concerned because I do want to drop at least 10 pounds by then, you know, and be more leaner. But she said, with the measurements I gave her, I was kind of concerned, like how that was going to affect, you know, the suit from fitting, because the suit will be ready in 8 weeks. And then I can send it back for alterations. But she feels like they do put things in there to kind of be able to adjust for that. So that shouldn't be an issue, but the countdown is 8 weeks and I get my suit, and I'm super excited, and hoping that it fits the way I want it to. I was gonna go with like a cape, or maybe like a sheer skirt or a pant, like legging, to go over, like breezy, kind of like the Princess Jasmine, the sheer that she has. My best friend kind of said, "No, girl, you need to just the bikini." So we'll see if I get the courage to, you know, just go without that. But it's like a couple of $100 if I want to add that later on, and I have to give her at least, I think she said 6 weeks, to be able to make that for me. So that's where we're at on that. I can't believe I forgot all about that until right now that I had already stopped the video. But just wanted to let y'all know that I'm just excited that I'm gonna get my feet wet on a stage that's gonna be full of fun and Disney princesses and villains and stuff like that. So I'm really excited. She did mention like the schedule. So Friday would be like a meet and greet and a practice on stage, like how we're gonna line up and go on stage. And then Saturday is gonna be the actual event. And Monday they're planning like a Disney at a day at the park, for all the girls and the families. Not sure I'm gonna do that just yet. I want to plan on doing it, but we'll just see how it goes, because you still have to do your tanning, your makeup, your hair, your photos. Like, it might get kind of expensive, and I just need to see where I'm at on that before I commit to a Disney for the park. But I would love to do it, so I'm gonna shoot to try. That's finally it for me, and I will see y'all next week. Thanks.